This is a production of the National Gas Company of Trinidad and Tobago Limited, at the forefront of sustainable energy.
There's a long history of creatives using their art for social impact. In fact, I would argue that is one of the main functions of art, to actually say something and make people feel something. There is a sense that because it's a film festival, it might only appeal to a particular segment of the population. The environment and sustainability is for everybody. I believe that individual responsibility is the most important element. Every child, every teacher, every policeman, fireman, every taxi driver is actually responsible for the environment. I think it's important for us to take that first step. Growing up, my dad was actually a forester, and my grandfather was also a forester. So there was always this backdrop in my life of, people talking about environmental issues. Some years ago, I spent some time in the UK. People were actively advocating for responses to climate change, not only in the UK, but globally. And when I came back to Trinidad, I realized that we weren't really talking about these issues. I felt that it was high time we started an organization that focused on environmental education. So Sustain TNT is a non-profit company, and it was really started to sort of push the narrative of the environment and push the narrative of sustainability forward. I went to film school, and returning to Trinidad using film as a platform, it made a lot of sense. Film and media, certainly in our time, is ubiquitous. It only makes sense to engage with stories, to show people what is possible and to inspire them to take action. So when the festival started, we actually started with a small event in the backyard of the Trinidad and Tobago Film Festival. Since then, we've taken the festival all parts of Trinidad and Tobago, and our audience has grown significantly. We also have a platform, an online platform, where we basically ask for submissions from international filmmakers and local filmmakers. One of the things that we're very proud of is the number and quality of films that we've been able to sort of executive produce or facilitate over the years as part of the festival. One of the most pressing issues that all of us face is, of course, climate change. Sometimes it's almost invisible. As storytellers, that's one of our biggest challenges, to figure out the best way to tell stories that would educate people and inform people about climate change. One film in our program from a few years ago that I feel was particularly impactful was a film called Uncivilized. And it's a film about a filmmaker and the experience of living on his island in the aftermath of a Category 5 hurricane. I think it was able to galvanize some of the political will that needed to be galvanized in the region about how we should respond to climate change and how we should work together to have a more collaborative approach to climate change response. I believe that individual responsibility is the most important element of managing the environment. Now we have to talk about policy, we have to talk about implementation. Ultimately, underneath all of that, it comes back to the individual. They say that the most important step on any journey is the first step. I think it's important for us as a people, as a country, to take that first step toward what we want Trinidad and Tobago to look like, and what we want it to be more, to be better managed from an environmental standpoint. So we need to take that first step.
Here's a small step to change that you can take to contribute to energy efficiency. Cooling. Using a ceiling fan alongside an air conditioner allows you to increase the thermostat setting by approximately 4 degrees without sacrificing comfort. This is a production of the National Gas Company of Trinidad and Tobago Limited, at the forefront of sustainable energy.